This is the Tokyo About 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo About 23 のスニーカーチャンネルです。毎日アップするので毎日見てください。And this is the Tuesday Top 10 and it's episode 10, which means that we've done 9 consecutive weeks of these Tuesday Top 10s and we're into the last one, episode 10. My number one recommendation for new sneaker channels, not sneaker channels, YouTube channels, because this could be any content out there. If you've got a sneaker channel, yes, but if you've also got a channel about flowers or a channel about detergents, it doesn't matter because the information in the Tuesday Top 10 about new YouTube channels is good for everybody to use. But if you're here because you're looking for the sneaker content that I bring you every single day, I will be back tomorrow with the 4D, a 4D midsole sneaker from the Adidas line, which is the Y3, the Yohji Yamamoto 4D. Now, Yohji Yamamoto has been doing collaborations with the Adidas brand since I think 2003. So you've got almost 15, 16 years worth of collaborations sort of stacked up there with the Adidas brand, and he's bringing you this 4D sneaker, which I will be reviewing for you tomorrow. So if you're interested in the sneaker content, that's what's coming tomorrow. But for today, it's my number one recommendation for how to use the TubeBuddy app to get good content for content creators out there. And this will definitely save you time, it'll definitely get you views, and it will definitely be something that you want to do, I guarantee it. Stick around to find out how you can use the TubeBuddy app to do high definition HD thumbnails in less than 2 minutes. As I said in the introduction, today is all about content creation. It's the Tuesday Top 10 and the 10th episode, so it's my favorite thing about the TubeBuddy app and how it helps me make my content for YouTube and how I hope it will help you make your content for YouTube. It's all about the high definition thumbnail that you need to have. High definition thumbnails, it's highly recommended that you have them, and a lot of people struggle with getting those high definition thumbnails, and the reason that they struggle is because they've got the YouTube app or whatever it is, you're in your YouTube Classic Studio or the Beta Studio, and you've got to then use a second app to plug in your thumbnail, and that's where all the difficulties start. But the TubeBuddy app is already integrated in there. It has a custom thumbnail option, which we're going to look at today. It takes about a minute to put in a high definition custom thumbnail for your channel, and you don't have to worry about importing importing images, or have I got the right file size, or have I got the right kind of file so that I can import this custom thumbnail from some other app or some other part of your computer. It's all built into the YouTube the studio and the TubeBuddy app, and that's what I'm going to show you today, is how to get that high definition thumbnail. Now please, though, before I get into that, I'm going to ask you guys, as I always do every single day except for that week when I totally forgot to do it, I'm asking you guys to hit subscribe. Here I am giving you advice about how to grow your channel. Please help me grow mine by hitting subscribe and making sure I can get this channel pushed forward and try and get past that 300 mark that I'm still trying to sort of get and work towards. But without further ado, let's actually get into this and look at the stages and the steps that you have to take to get the TubeBuddy custom thumbnail plugged into your videos. And I swear to God, I promise you, I'm not telling you a lie here, less than a minute is all it would take for you to produce a high definition thumbnail for every single one of your videos. Now, first things first, let's look at some of my high definition thumbnails here, which I've used the TubeBuddy app, and you can see these here. I think, if I remember rightly, the screenshot will have 3 rows of thumbnails on them, and what I'll do is I'll go through row number 1 and drop down to row number 2 and then drop down to row number 3 so you can see an example, but they're all pretty much the same. It's a picture of a pair of sneakers. This is a sneaker channel, and then there's some Japanese and some English on there. Usually I have both languages on there because I am here in Japan, but I am speaking English, so I have both languages to hit both of the audience, the target audiences that I'm looking for. And I generate these thumbnails with the TubeBuddy app in YouTube. It's not an extension. It's not something I'm doing outside of YouTube. And that's one of the key points, because that's what saves you time. And that's what makes it easy, frankly. So I'm going to show you how I get these kind of thumbnails on my content. Now, the first place to look, what I've done is I had to work on this over a long period of time. So it was actually a crimson tint video that I was making on iMovie that I started out with, but then I switched that, and I think it's the Cactus Jack Air Jordan 1s then. So the very first image that we're going to look at here is the crimson tint in iMovie, because I use iMovie to edit my videos. And what I really want to draw your attention to is that, as I did in this video, you would have seen me talk for like a minute, and then I put in a title screen for about 4 seconds. It just has the title. It's just a picture with the text over the top of it. And this one would have said, you know, something like tips for new YouTube channels, and then episode 10, high definition thumbnail maybe was what I put there. I'm guessing, I haven't made it yet. And so I have that title screen straight after the introduction. But the key point, and you can see here in iMovie, is that the title screen is usually 4 seconds long, but the title text is usually 3.5 seconds long, because what that does is it creates half a second of just the image. That's the only thing showing in the video, and that's deliberate. I deliberately do that, and you'll see why later on. But log that in your mind, and log that when you look at this here, that the title image that I insert at the end of the introduction when I say what we're doing today, and the title text are slightly different lengths. And the reason is to get that still of just a picture of the shoes without any text interfering with it. And then we'll come back to that later. So, first things first, when you're making your videos and when you're making your content, make sure that you have a title picture plugged in there somewhere. You know, you explain what the video is today. Today we're going to look at oak trees along the banks of the Arakawa River, and then you cut to a title screen with a picture of oak trees in the Arakawa River, and you usually have text in there, oak trees in the Arakawa River. Make sure that text leaves a little bit of space so it's just the image. So that's first things first. Now you upload your video to YouTube. You've gone through that whole process, and when you upload to YouTube, after you've finished, first you upload, it takes, you know, however long to upload it, and then it processing. You're putting in your tags, you're putting in your the title, the description, all that kind of stuff there. And I've talked about tags and titles and descriptions in the other videos. Bang, here are the other videos right here. Here's the playlist of all the other videos in this 10-step guide to improving your channel and getting your content up there and views and subscribes up there. So you've done all that. That's all in there. And then you go to either the beta or the Classic Creator Studio. Now, I always work, as I've said in a previous video, in the Classic Creator Studio, because I know how to use it, and some of the TubeBuddy stuff integrates with YouTube better in Classic than it does in beta. So what you're looking at here is a screenshot of the Classic Studio, and it's where my video is. So we're in Video Manager, and so far that video, you know, I've put in the tags and things like that. I've already actually put in the cards, and I've put in the end, what's it called? The end screen. It's not end screen, it's end shot, end card, something like that, end screen maybe. I've put them in, I've done all that tags and stuff. So then on the last thing to do before I put what's it called now, scheduled date, because I always put a schedule, you know, when my videos are going to go live. So this one I'll upload today, but it will go live on Monday. Before you do that, there's, as you can see here, there's 3 suggested thumbnails, I think, from YouTube, which are just screen grabs from different parts of the video. And underneath that is a YouTube custom thumbnail button, and exactly the same size underneath that again is a TubeBuddy custom thumbnail button. Now you can only see that if you've got the TubeBuddy extension plugged in, and you can only have the TubeBuddy extension plugged in if you've watched episode 1. So you can't see this unless you've got the TubeBuddy extension plugged in. There it says, is it thumbnail generator? I think it says there. And if you click on that, it will open up this screen here, and there are 3 options. I don't know what the other 2 options are because I've never used them, and I don't have a use for them at all. It's the first one that I'm most interested in, which is, I think it's use a frame from the video or something like that. What I'll do is I'll zoom in on that option up here so you can see the actual text there. I can't remember what exactly it said, but I think it was use a frame from the video. And that's the one we're interested in, because that's the one that's going to catch a screenshot, if you like, of something from your video. So you click on that, and that opens up the next page, which is the page where you're going to choose the frame that you want. Now, like I said at the start, that if you've done it my way, you've got that picture, and then the text that goes with the picture is slightly shorter, so the picture itself is alone for a few tenths of a second, and that's what I'm going to go and find down here. So what you do is you either watch the video or you know where it is, and you scroll through and you find the place where that text is. And I think the screenshot that I put up here shows you that the picture that I want with the title writing over it, which I don't want. I don't want the title writing from my video. I want to use the TubeBuddy app to put in the text. Okay, in the video I put the text using iMovie, and I've left that little space so I just have a picture, but you can see the iMovie text here. But as you look at it, the right, there's a little adjust frame or something it says. Again, I'll zoom in on it so you can see the actual text for it, but it's like adjust frame or something, and you can use that to go back and forward frame by frame. And what I've done here, if I go click, you can see that now it's just the picture, because I've used that adjust frame or whatever it says button to get it so it's just the picture and nothing else, and none of the text from iMovie. It's just that little slither of the picture only, and that's what I'm interested in. So I accept that, and I click, I think it's continue, it says down in the bottom right. So now we've got that picture of just the shoes, because that's what I'm interested in. Whatever your channel is out there, whatever it needs, you know, if it's perfume or if it's candy or if it's bicycle helmets, whatever, you know, you've got your picture there and nothing else. And like I said, I want to put English and Japanese on mine. So we've continued to the next page, and you can see as you look at it, to the right of the picture that I've chosen, the frame that I've chosen for my video, there's a whole lot of editing tools there. And I'm not going to explain how to use them because they're pretty obvious, but basically what I do is I put in the name of the shoe very simply, so maybe Yeezy 700 or Analog, or in the case of the shoes we're looking at today, Cactus Jacks. I think, is that what I wrote? I might have done it as Cactus Jacks, but so you type that text in and you can play with the colors and the borders and the size and even the fonts and things like that. I always try to make my text match the color of the shoes, so it's like the whole picture is one image, the text and the picture as well. So what you can see now is that I've added that text in English. I think I'm not sure in the case of this one. Usually I put the English above and the Japanese below, but you can see the picture for yourself. And that's so that's it. All I've done is I've clicked on the thumbnail, what's it called? I forgot what it's called, something thumbnail. The TubeBuddy thumbnail that you want to generate, the custom thumbnail. Click custom thumbnail, find the place in the video that I want to use the screen grab from, and then come to this page here. Now I'm going to type in a couple of words, and then I'm done. And when I'm done and I'm finished editing it, what it actually gives you is you click continue, and it gives you an option to look at your thumbnail. Well, and now it turns out that when I did this, the two people that it gave me as a comparison to my thumbnail was Kais and Sneaker News. So two absolute Goliaths, two absolute behemoths in the sneaker world. And here you can see my thumbnail versus their two. And I'll leave it up to you guys out there to decide which of the three thumbnails is the better thumbnail. But you can see, just using this technology and using this strategy, it's very easy just to get yourself a nice picture, high definition thumbnail. If you like this one here, you just click continue and bang, that's it. It's in there. You've got yourself a nice thumbnail. And that's how I do it for every single one of my my videos. And it really works for me, because I especially want to reach out to the English and the Japanese crowd, because that's what my channel is designed to do. So I have those two bits of text on there. And it's shoes. That's all I ever talk about, is sneakers. And it's a particular pair of sneakers in every video. So of course, just having that pair of sneakers tells its story. We're talking about the Fear of God moccasins. Bang, there's the Fear of God moccasins. There's no need to think about it, because that's what's in the video and that's what the picture is. And then just a couple of words. I don't put too many words in the titles, to be honest. I prefer to just have it very simple, either the name of the shoe or the name of the colorway. So for example, in let's see what would be a good example, the Yeezy 700s, instead of writing Yeezy 700, I'll write Geode or Salt or Analog or something like that, because I think people know what the Yeezy 700 is if they're looking for sneakers, and then the name of the colorway is actually the next piece of information they want. So that's how I generate these things, and I promise you, I promise you, I'm not lying. I absolute promise you on my injured dog who's got a herniated disc right now. I swear on my injured dog with her herniated disc that makes it hard for her to walk, that this will take you less than 2 minutes to generate these thumbnails. I absolutely promise you. It's really, really simple. And if you're into the habit of putting title screens in your video and missing out, and having the title screen be 4 seconds, but the title text be 3.5 seconds, and then you have that half a second of just picture. If you get into the habit of doing that, this is a very, very simple way to make a high definition thumbnail, which is definitely one of the main things that they recommend you do to get your content viewed and get people looking at your videos, which is pretty much the bottom line for YouTube. And that's it. That's episode 10. The final thing that I have to share with you about what I think is the best way to use the TubeBuddy app. I've already talked about the other 9 things in 9 episodes. I am scheduled to do a new top 10 for the Tuesday Top 10 next Tuesday, and I haven't decided what it is yet. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have a suggestion. But I'm kind of thinking about actually doing a sort of overview of these videos, because there have been 10 of them, and I thought it might be just a good idea to do a quick 5-minute video, which I'll then put at the start of the playlist that says, episode 1, this is what you'll find there, episode 2, this is what you'll find there. So maybe next week I'll do just an overview video of this particular playlist and these particular Tuesday top 10 videos, and then it'll be the week after that I'll kick in with a new one. But anyway, real soon I need to start a new Tuesday top 10, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So if you have suggestions for that, please let me know. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and thank me for producing this content, just like I thank you for viewing it. It's a great symbiotic relationship between the two of us, and I really appreciate you guys checking in and hitting that subscribe button and hitting me up with comments down below. For now, it's time to say farewell and thank you for checking out my content. Tomorrow we're back to sneakers with that 4D, like I said, that Adidas 4D Yohji Yamamoto sneaker, which is going to be a cracking review. Really looking forward to bringing you that. But all that's left for me to do is to say thanks for checking in, and don't forget that I will definitely see you tomorrow.